Dive 758 on the IJN Fumizuki in Truk Lagoon. This was a part of a weeks-long liveaboard in March 2025 on the Truk Odyssey. The Fumizuki is one of the few actual warships in the lagoon. Most of the wrecks are Maroos, so on the merchant side supporting the Navy. Starting off towards the stern, we circle the stern here. You can see some of the bomb damage below us there. And some more damage there as the wreck's starting to collapse at the back. There's our guide swimming around the stern as we start to head forward on the wreck. Here you can see some of the rails which were on the deck, used to move torpedoes around. And there we just had a front view, and we'll shortly switch to a side view of one of the depth charge launching mechanisms. These essentially threw the depth charges over the side of the ship while it was underway, and we used to deploy them into the water. Here we have two of the depth charges themselves, these barrel-like structures with the handles on top. And a couple fish swimming around there. One of the small guns there at the back of the wreck, some coral growth on it, and some davits which would have been used to hold lifeboats. Again, on the deck here you can see some more railings for the torpedo transports. That's a holder for the degassing rails, used to stop the ship setting off magnetic mines. Continuing forward, we have some soft coral growth on the sticking out bits of the wreck, and again a close-up of these railings. Moving to midships now, there's an open compartment you can see down into the wreck. Quite a few fish were schooling down in there. Generally this is quite a tight wreck, so people generally don't go inside. Past the midship superstructure there. I think that was a mast of some description. And an opening down into the wreck you can see. Some more of the collapsed pilot house, and a couple sea cucumbers on the side of it there. A further opening into the wreck. And then over the side you can see a porthole there, just went off camera. Here where the wreck has fallen apart you can now see some of the internal controls. Some valves there that can be open and closed, potentially a telephone above them. Continuing forward and looking into the wreck, this is part of the torpedo launching mechanism. You can see a few controls there. This was used to rotate the launching platform. There's a cover for a spotlight. And then here we have the torpedo launching mechanism itself. It's currently aligned in line with the wreck, but as we go under, on the middle of the screen you can see the wheel that would rotate round and allow torpedoes to be launched off the side towards enemy vessels. Some ammunition there for the forward deck gun, still stored in its box, and a second box that's a bit more depleted. And then finishing off the wreck just at the front, at the bow, which is quite twisted compared to the rest of the wreck. And then finished with a little bit of deco underneath the dive boat.